Hi, I'm Harshita Shetty, and this is my Hampi vlog. A journey into a land where time stands still, where every stone hums an ancient song, and air feels heavy with stories untold. I came here chasing quiet mornings and golden sunsets, but somewhere between the ruins and the river, I found something deeper, a stillness that speaks. The day begins slow, wrapped in the quiet comfort of the homestay. The smell of the filter coffee drifts through the air, sunlight spills across the floor, and for a moment, it feels like the world has paused. Curled up in the cocoon of the soft pillows and the warm blankets, I let the morning stretch around me. Outside, the world is waking up, but here, I lingered in a little bubble of calm, savoring the quiet moments before the day truly begins. So, welcome to Hampi through my eyes. So, good morning. After a long, late night journey, we finally arrived and caught upon some much needed sleep. Now, with the morning light steaming in, our energy is back and we are ready to explore the wonders of South Hampi. In this vlog, I will take you along to the uncovered corners, timeless ruins, and the little moment that makes this place truly magical. Since everyone was taking their own sweet time to get ready, I discovered to wander around the resort and see what it has to offer. Walking through the quiet paths, discovering the little gardens, hidden nooks, and the sunlit corners, I realized sometimes the best exploration happens right where you are. There's calm charm to notice the small details before the day's adventure actually begins. I soaked in some warm sunlight, taking a moment just to breathe and admire the view stretching across the resort. The hills, the trees, the gentle breeze, everything felt so peaceful. Then I made my way down to the little garden the homestay people had lovingly grown. Those tiny plants, bright flowers, and the hidden corners made it feel like a secret world tucked away right here. I spent some time just enjoying the garden, feeling completely at ease. It felt so refreshing and rare. Back in Bangalore, we are always surrounded by crowds, noises, and the rushes. Here, the calm and the open space made it more special, and I could just breathe and enjoy the moment. As I wandered, I even spotted a rangoli, and it felt so special, something we rarely see where I live. Since I am not mostly surrounded by homes that celebrate this tradition, the best part, it was beautifully made over a cow dung with that earthy smell that instantly took me back to my grandma's home. It was such a nice, simple thing, yet it brought a wave of nostalgia and warmth I didn't expect. While still waiting for everyone to get ready, I couldn't resist asking someone to capture my OOTD. I was just there showing off my outfit, trying to twirl a little and laughing at myself while trying to get the perfect shot. It's funny how even small moments like these make the morning feel so lively and fun. Since I wanted to vlog, I made myself get up super early, got dressed, and I did a little makeover. After that, I was just waiting for everyone else to get ready. While waiting, I went back to my little cocoon, playing around and just enjoying being there, soaking in all the calm before the day actually began. Finally, we were all set and ready to go. Our day officially began as we stepped out to explore, walking down the quiet roads with the morning lit hitting just right. It felt like an adventure was waiting for us around every corner, and I couldn't wait to see what South Hampi had in store. On our way, I spotted a serene lake under the morning sun. Our guide pointed out the distant mountains and explained that it was where the mining used to happen. Our guide was so kind and thoughtful. He even let us stop by the lake and he let us have our own moment. Standing there watching the water shimmer under the sun, it felt so peaceful and timeless. It's like a perfect pause before driving into the adventures. After spending some time in the lake, we continued our journey, but soon we decided to make a quick stop for some fresh coconut water. It was still early, I haven't had my breakfast yet. Sipping on it while enjoying the view felt like a perfect little refreshing before the day really picked up its pace. Soon we arrived at the main gates of Hampi. Seeing them up close was so surreal. The history and the stories carved into every stone immediately make me feel like we are stepping into another time. The adventure was officially beginning, and I couldn't wait to explore what was the lay beyond these gates. Our first stop of the day was the magnificent Vichaya temple. Since it was just the start of the day and the temple was quite small, we opted a shuttle service. The guide recommended it, saying there was no line ahead and it is better to save our energy for the day. As we rode along, I couldn't help but enjoy the nature on the sides, the green fields, the distant hills, and the gentle breeze. And my mind was wandering. Imagine how the kings built this empire stone by stone. I pictured the workers, the efforts, the planning, and everything that must have gone in the behind scenes to create such a wonder. The shuttle finally stopped and we arrived at our destination. As I stepped down, the first glimpse of the temple took my breath away. Even though the parts of it were broken, its beauty were just undeniable. The guide started explaining the history and the significance of the place, but I had to wait a bit too since we needed to get our tickets before stepping inside. Standing there just taking it a view, it like I could already feel the magic of the temple around me. After getting our tickets, we were ready to enter the temple, but right before that, we noticed several guides appointed by UNESCO, each offering insights into the temple's history. My dad even suggested that we take one so we could really understand the significance of the place in depth. And our guide began pointing out the tiniest details, carvings, sculptures, and subtle architectural elements that I would have otherwise missed. Listening to him, I started noticing the craftsmanship and the thought behind every stone, realizing how much history and skill were embedded in this temple. Then came the moment I had been waiting for, the famous stone chariot. Standing in front of it, I couldn't help but marvel at the craftsmanship. Every curve, every detail carved into the stone spoke of incredible skills and patience. Our guide explained the history and the purpose behind it, and as I circled around, I kept imagining the hands that had patiently brought this masterpiece to life centuries ago. It truly felt like stepping into a living piece of history. Next, we moved to the iconic musical pillars. It was fascinating to see how each pillar was carved so precisely that when tapped, it produced different musical notes. Our guide demonstrated for us, and I was amazed at the architectures and the craftsmen. Standing there listening to the soft melodies echoes through the hall, I couldn't stop thinking about the skill, patience, and the creativity that went into creating something so extraordinary centuries ago. Actually, this time we weren't allowed to touch the musical pillars, but there was scanner set up so we could listen to the notes each pillar could produce. It was amazing to see the technology bring history to life. Just by scanning, I could hear the melodies that once created by centuries old craftsmanship. Even without touching, the magic of these pillars was truly unforgettable. After that, we explored the inner areas of the temple, walking through the very spaces where kings and queens once moved. Roaming through these halls, I could almost imagine the grandeur of their lives, the ceremonies, the rituals, and the quiet moments behind the palace walls. It felt like it is so surreal to step into history and see the world through the eyes of those who lived here centuries ago. continued exploring, it was easy to get lost in the maze of stones, corridors, and the open courtyards. Every corner had something new to see, the carvings, the hidden nooks, and the quiet spaces that made me forget where I started. Getting a little lost didn't feel frustrating at all. It actually made the whole experience feel like a personal adventure through the history. After spending hours exploring and soaking in all every details, we finally headed back to the shuttle. Sitting down, I took a moment to relax and reflect on everything we had seen. Next, we visited the Queen's Bath, a serene and beautifully constructed place. Walking around, I could imagine the royal lifestyle, the cool waters, the courtyards, the elegance that surrounded the queens. Even though time had withered the walls, the charm and the grace of the place were still so evident, and it felt like stepping into a peaceful royal world frozen in time. After the Queen's Bath, we made our way to the Mahanavami Dibba. Standing there, it could feel like the grandeur of the royal ceremonies that once took place in this platform. The steps, the carvings, and the expansive view from the top, it spoke the power and the celebration. Imagining the kings and the queens perform rituals here made us history feel so alive, as if the past was quietly echoing around us. After that, we went to the black stone Pushkarani, the old stepped tank. These black stones and the neat steps laying down to the water looked really beautiful. This tank was very important back then. It was used for rituals and ceremonies, and sometimes for the royal family to relax and cool off. Standing there, I could imagine how people in the past used to, you know, place every day, and connecting with water and the tradition made me feel so good. Next, we explored the area known as the secret chamber where the goddess jewels were once kept. It was fascinating to think that such precious treasures were hidden here, safe and protected. Our guide explained how important this place was in the ancient times, and standing there, I could almost imagine the care and the devotion that went into the guarding those sacred items. Our next stop was Rama Temple. Walking in, I felt a sense of peace and reverence. The temple, though it was old, it still holds so much history and devotion. Our guide had shared stories about its significance, and as I looked around, I could picture how people centuries ago came here to pray, to celebrate, and to seek blessings. The carvings inside the Rama temple was absolutely stunning. Every pillar and wall had such good designs telling stories of the god, kings, and the ancient life. I couldn't stop admiring the skill and the patience it must have taken to create such detailed work, and it really made me appreciate the artistry of those times. Throughout the visit, I try to capture as much possible for the vlog, but no matter how much I filmed, I kept stopping to just admire everything around me, from the carvings to the architecture, from the history in every corner to the peaceful vibes of the temple. It was impossible not to pause and appreciate it all. Next, we visited the Lotus Mahal. It is a unique architecture, immediately caught my eye. Delicate arcs, symmetrical designs, and that soft, graceful look that makes it feel stand out. The guide explained how it was used as a leisure palace for the royal family, and standing there, I could easily imagine the queens and the prince enjoying the quiet, peaceful moment in their serene courtyards. After the Lotus Mahal, we moved to the elephant stable. The long arched structure was impressive, and I could picture the royal elephants resting here centuries ago. The design was clever too. Each chamber was built just right to house these massive animals comfortably. Walking through it feels like stepping into a place that once played an important role in the daily life of the kingdom. After exploring the elephant stable, we just sat there for a while, taking in the surroundings. The quiet, the old stones, and the gentle breeze made it feel so perfect spot to pause and reflect on everything we had seen so far. It felt so good to just sit in and soak in all the history around us. And there is this funny little moment. A random person actually came up to me and asked if I was a vlogger. I honestly have no idea what came over me, but I just said no. Not sure if that's a common thing or if I just missed my chance to say yes, but it made me feel laugh later. Right near the elephant stable, we found a small museum. It was full of artifacts, sculptures, and old tools that gave a closer look into the life and the culture of Hampi's past. Walking through it feels like flipping through a history book, seeing how people lived, worked, and celebrated centuries ago. Honestly, I was so excited exploring the museum that I ended up spending most of the time there. Every corner had something to admire, the artifacts, and imagine the stories behind them. It was one of those places where you lose track of time because everything is so fascinating. After the museum, our guide took us to a viewpoint where we could see a large part of Hampi spread out below us. Even though it wasn't the entire city, the view was breathtaking, a mix of ruins, boulders, and greenery stretching as far as the eyes could see. Standing there, I felt a sense of awe, realizing just how vast and historic this place really is. I could even notice the sounds of the peacock from a very far place. Next, we visited the underground Shiva temple. It was fascinating to step inside. The dim light, the stone walls, and the quiet atmosphere made it feel mysterious and sacred. Our guide explained its history and its significance, and walking through the temple, I could almost feel the devotion of the people who had worshipped here centuries ago. But unfortunately, we couldn't actually see the underground Shiva temple as it was covered completely with rainwater. I was really hoping to catch a glimpse, but it wasn't meant to be this time. Hopefully, next time I'll get a chance to explore it. After a long morning of exploring, we finally went for lunch. After lunch, we headed to Sri Lakshmi Narasimha Temple. The moment we arrived, the temple's grandeur and the peaceful atmosphere caught my attention. Walking around, I admired the detailed carvings and the devotion of the people visiting. It was amazing how to see history, culture, and the faith come together in a place like. Right next to the Sri Lakshmi Narasimha temple, there was a massive shivling. It was simple yet powerful. It is radiating a sense of calm and devotion. I spent a few moments there taking in the quiet energy of the place and appreciating the spiritual significance it holds for so many people even today. Next, we visited the Krishna temple. The temple's architecture and the carvings immediately drew my attention. Walking through, I could feel the history and the devotion embedded in every corner. It was amazing to see how art, culture, and the faith were combined so beautifully in one place. After Krishna temple, we stopped at the Sasivekalu Ganesha. This massive Ganesha idol carved from a single stone was incredible to see up so close. Its sheer size, a detail left me in awe, and I couldn't help but admire the skill and the patience of the artisans who created it centuries ago. Next, we spotted the Kadale Kalu Ganesha from a distance. The guide mentioned that it was being cleaned at that time, so we couldn't get too close. Even from far, though its unique shape and the sheer size of the idol, it was impressive, and it was amazing to see how the ancient sculptures have stood the test of time. Later, we reached the Tungabhadra River. The view was so peaceful, the water flowing gently, surrounded by the boulders and the greenery. Sitting by the rivers for a while, I just took the calmness and the beauty of the place. It felt like a perfect spot to relax and reflect after a day full of exploring Hampi's history. After being under the hot sun for so long, I couldn't resist the cool waters of the Tungabhadra River. I just stepped in, not caring about my dress or how it looked. I was completely lost in the moment. In the video, I'm even showing how I was enjoying it, swaying my hands through the water, letting the coolness wash over me, and just soak in the simple joy of being in the nature. Our next stop was the Kodandarama temple in Hampi. To reach it, we actually had to walk through the river water. A little challenging, but so refreshing after the hot sun. The temple itself was so beautiful, and walking through the waters made the whole experience feel adventurous and fun. It is connecting us even more to the surroundings. Our final major stop of the day was the Virupaksha Temple in Hampi, Karnataka. It is dedicated to the Lord Virupaksha, a form of Shiva. It stands gracefully on the banks of Tungabhadra River. Unlike many ruins in Hampi, this temple is still in excellent conditions and it remains a living worship place. The guide explained that the temple was complex and it was expanded by the chieftain under the rule of Devaraya II of the Vijayanagar Empire, adding it even more history and the grandeur to what actually it already has been a remarkable sight. As I entered the Virupaksha temple, I was excited to see the temple's elephant and I wanted to get a photo or a video with it. We did see the elephant and I even offered a banana, but it didn't come to me. Instead, it went to my mom. I felt a little sad at first, but also find it a little funny. Just one of those unexpected moments that make these trip memorable. As the sun set behind the ruins and the Tungabhadra River shimmered one last time, we wrapped our Hampi journey. Tired but full of stories, this place truly feels like stepping back in time. And that's how our Hampi trip came to an end, filled with history, heat, laughter, and a few unexpected adventures. From temples to treks, from losing shoes to chasing sunset, every bit of it was worth it. Until next time, Hampi. So we finally got back to our room, and yeah, Hampi literally shuts down by 5:30 or 6. Since it's a UNESCO World Heritage site, there's no street light or nightlife here. It's like the whole city just goes sleep so early. So yeah, that's how our day wrapped up. Back to my little swing cocoon, watching Netflix and munching on a star fruit. After all the roaming under the hot sun, this was a perfect way to end the Hampi day. We walked through the quiet, dark streets of Hampi for dinner. There are no lights, it's just peace. And that's how our Hampi trip ends, calm, beautiful, and unforgettable.